things out of this matchup. Shane Strickland, tremendous high flyer, but so is Brian Cage. Shane Strickland has a very innovative and unique offense, but so does Brian Cage. And Brian Cage is definitely gonna have the power advantage. I'm kind of gonna wonder what strategy Shane Strickland's gonna use to try and put away Brian Cage tonight.
Right now, it looks like Shane Strickland's not even moving very much.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to move Brian Cage. That's not the most sound strategy by the Swerve. But it's hard to kind of second guess Shane Strickland considering all the success he's had. There's Brian Cage. Shane Strickland trying to maneuver out of it, trying to manipulate his way out of it. He gains the advantage, or so it looks to us at least, but can he? And he finally brings Cage over. Shane Strickland using his agility to his advantage. But even a drop kick from Shane Strickland doesn't bring down Cage.
And look at the agility.
The quickness of both these athletes. The drop kick from Strickland doesn't bring down Cage. The drop kick from Cage rattles Strickland and brings him down.
And a huge chop from Brian Cage.
So much power behind it.
I think I saw tears welling in the eyes of Shane Strickland on that. Look at this with Brian Cage with the clothesline.
And he's not letting up. Strickland's trapped in the corner. Oh man, and chest first. Into the turnbuckle. Goes Shane Strickland.
And right now, Brian Cage is using his power to take control of this matchup early on here at the Mecca 4.
The scary part about Brian Cage, besides everything, is I don't even know if he realizes the full potential of his own strength. Shane Strickland doing what he had to do, desperately moving out of the way. And Cage hits his big shoulder on the turn post. Strickland lands on his feet. And that might have been worse than going to the outside.
Look at this, we've seen it before. And the power of Brian Cage.
You cannot escape Brian Cage's power. Oh, look at that though, Strickland fought out of it.
And smart move is Shane Strickland.
Oh, snap German suplex. And that's what he has to do. He has to keep Cage grounded.
1, 2. Before the count of 2, he kicks out.
And it looks like that dragon screw on the rope is very effective on Cage, and Shane Strickland has found a body part to take out. Shane Strickland's gonna have to try to dissect Brian Cage's knee. It's a little early for Shane Strickland to get arrogant though.
You know, a lot of rumors running rampant about Shane Strickland maybe leaving the independent world and maybe signing over with WWE.
I don't think you should speculate.
I'm just saying that's what the hot rumor is. We're trying to be informative.
Okay, any company should be going after Shane Strickland and getting him under a contract. Shane Strickland trying to lock in that STF now. He's got Brian Cage dead center of the ring. Cage is either going to have to try and drag his body while carrying Strickland's weight. Oh, or not. He's strong enough to break the hold just by getting to his knees.
And look at that, it's Brian Cage.
Oh, and Strickland goes right back on the attack.
Cage thought he did enough to ground Strickland for a second, but that was about it.
Talk about the crazy schedule both these athletes have been on. Wrestling has brought them all over the world. You got to wonder if jet lag is going to play a part.
Well, Brian Cage just about 6 days ago was in Australia. Wednesday he was in California. Friday he was in Chicago. Saturday he was in Puerto Rico. And then had to take a red eye to get here for Sunday.
And that takes a toll on you physically.
And maybe that's why he's off to a slow start.
And factor in just the damage that wrestling does to your body on top of all that travel. And the fact that Shane Strickland has kicked you in the back of the knee.
And he did what he's needed to do, and it's keeping Brian Cage on his back.
Strickland just twisting the knee and ankle of Brian Cage. And it takes a lot of strength on Strickland's part to control something that big. Brian Cage's leg, one leg is more powerful than most people.
Oh, look at this, Shane Strickland, he is just wrenching it in.
There was a point in time in Strickland's career where he didn't quite have this mean streak. But ever since he's developed it, it's paid off for him. Oh, Strickland, though, lands on his feet, catches Brian Cage.
Right in the face.
Who rolls to the outside where he can't be pinned. But when you're dealing with someone like Shane Strickland, that's not exactly a safe haven. Strickland just measuring Brian Cage now. He's going to look to take a little bit of a risk. Cage saw him coming, but he saw that too. Oh no. And he posts Strickland on the powerbomb. Back first into the steel goes Shane Strickland. And Brian Cage has bought himself a little bit of time to recover.
And Cage trying to get the support of the fans going. As you could just see, he's still having some problems with his leg as Strickland wore him down earlier in the match.
Yeah, those problems are going to persist for this entire contest. But the question is, can the machine fight through the pain? And then he hips toss Strickland right into a backbreaker. Brian Cage is fighting through this match on one knee. And Strickland knows that. He's going to have to try to take advantage of it. Rolling in. Usually does a diamond cutter out of it. Look at the power of Cage and into the jackhammer.
1, 2.
And mind you, Brian Cage did that with one good leg.
And we have talked about it for many years here in FSW, the power behind Brian Cage, but also the flexibility of a cruiserweight.
Brian Cage is a one-of-a-kind athlete. And I think Shane Strickland realizes that. What's this called? I was trying to get your shit in drop, but Strickland reverses it.
Oh, look at that knee right to the jaw. Swing and a miss, and once again, look at Strickland.
And that time, Strickland rolls in with the cutter.
1, 2. And it is not enough to put away the machine. Brian Cage looking to bounce back, even though he didn't lose technically in the Mecca Grand Championship match. He was not pinned.
Well, he didn't walk out with the title.
That is correct.
He didn't walk out with the championship on that night.
You know, he's looking forward to possibly taking on the winner of the Teddy Hart, John Morrison, Johnny Mecca match tonight.
Well, he's got to get past Shane Strickland. Shane Strickland is the type of athlete that if you get a victory over him, all eyes are going to be on you. Sizing up Cage with another kick.
I'll tell you what, this is a much more physical Shane Strickland tonight.
Hey, Shane Strickland's looking to rebound after his loss in the first round of the Mecca Grand Championship to Johnny Mecca. And the fans have picked a side, and they have picked Brian Cage.
And Shane Strickland firing those big kicks to the chest.
And delivers another hard shot to the chest. Shane Strickland has dictated the pace in this matchup. He's making every offensive maneuver he does, he's making it have a purpose. Oh my! He drop kicked the knee of Brian Cage. Full head of steam. Dropped him right on the back of his head.
And right now, Shane Strickland in command, looking to finish off Brian Cage.
He's putting together those offense moves, but does he have the power to do this? And he does! And a big suplex out of Strickland.
1, 2.
And Cage kicks out. Strickland needs this victory. Brian Cage needs it also. Who's gonna do whatever it takes to win? Who's gonna bust out their heavy artillery, their big offensive weapons to try and put away the other man?
And look at this, Shane Strickland once again just firing some elbows right to the back of the head of Brian Cage, wearing him down tonight.
Strickland's
strategy has been very interesting.
Strickland cannot match power with Brian Cage.
You know, I figured Strickland would be flying around all over the place using his speed and quickness, and that's just not what has happened.
But Strickland able to reverse the momentum and almost gets Cage. Discus lariat! And a Brian Cage and Shane Strickland roll into an area he can't be pinned, creating the separation, getting out of harm's way, at least in his mind. And we saw Cage go for this earlier, trying to muscle up Shane Strickland to bring him back in the ring. And this time he gets it, and he drops the swerve.
1, 2. It was close, but not enough. Brian Cage not able to put away Shane Strickland just yet.
And I wonder what that took out of Cage's knee. You see, he's still favoring it. Almost a frustrated Brian Cage, judging from his expression.
And he has got him up.
Like he's going for that. Oh no! A unique counter out of the swerve. And Brian Cage is in a terrible spot for him, but perfect position for the swerve stomp for Shane Strickland. Oh no! He rocked him.
1, 2, 3, no!
Shane Strickland busted out that swerve stomp, and it wasn't enough to put away Brian Cage. Brian Cage is not a normal opponent. Shane Strickland knew that going in, but now he's definitely a believer that it's going to take a little something extra to put away Brian Cage.
And Shane Strickland rolling down the knee pad to expose the knee.
He wants that bone on bone for what he has planned. No, knee pad might have done it. Oh no, that just woke up Brian Cage.
And Brian Cage is fired up. Shane Strickland with a look of disbelief.
Strickland thought that would be the kill shot, and he was wrong. All that did was wake up Brian Cage, who's having a powerbomb party.
just not enough. Brian Cage thought he had him.
And now Brian Cage is going to either have to formulate a new plan to try and put away Strickland in his mind, or he's going to have to go strictly off instinct.
And Cage has got him up.
He didn't have the gory special fully locked in, and Strickland was able to counter it. And he kicks his knee out from under him. Oh no! Steiner screwdriver.
1, 2, 3, and there it is.
And it was the drill claw from Brian Cage to put away Shane Strickland, fighting through the pain of the damaged knee to defeat the Swerve.
In Impact Wrestling, whenever I see Chris Bay, I call him a Time Lord, because when he's in the ring, he manipulates space and time with the way he floats through the air and moves his body. This man is incredible. If you have not seen him in the ring, sit back and get your popcorn ready, because you're about to be entertained.
This is truly a dream match for the FSW faithful. Two men that have just had so many classics in an FSW ring. Chris Bay's heavyweight title reign in FSW, 336 days. I say he had more matches that were memorable than any other champion this company's ever seen, and that's a long list of great competitors. Matt Vandagriff's 2021 was the Match of the Year man. More Match of the Year candidates in the FSW ring than any other wrestler in this company.
A long-winded way of saying, ladies and gentlemen, this is like versus like. So sit back. This is going to be good.
Now Chris Bay played a few mind games here. These two actually wanted this singles match with each other for a long time. There was no path that led to it before tonight, but tonight we're finally getting this dream match for the FSW fans.
Sometimes it's serendipity. Sometimes matches just happen spontaneously. They just happen because they happen. But some of those matches happen like that turn out to be instant classics. I'm not going to put that moniker on this one yet, but let's see what it looks like on the other side, because I'll damn near dub it that after the end.
Yeah, it has potential to be that, and both these men have made a career at a surpassing potential.
Both the guys are show stealers. Let's just call it what it is. Both are show stealers.
And both men, as you clearly see now, while they're going to attempt to dictate the pace, they want to make sure the pace does not get too fast for them to keep up with, which is not going to be the case. Doesn't take a turn that is not to their liking, is what I'm actually trying to say.
Right now, we're getting a feeling out process. Vandagriff sitting down, roll through now, nip up.
Again, first time ever singles match. No matter how much video you've seen of someone else, when you step in the ring with them for the first time, whole other ball game.
Yeah, you can do all your tape research you want. Look, it gives you an idea. But it's up until the first time you actually touch someone, do you know their true strength? Do you know what they can do? And then it has to be a feeling out process. It is a game of chess. It is human chess inside the squared circle.
Human chess where you can end up with a broken face. I mean, it's just the way it goes. Oh, high kick dodged by Bay.
Oh, look at that. That's research right there.
Again, these two have been on so many of the same events together. They know what the other one is capable of, but now it's finally coming to fruition, the first singles match between these two. And after what Vandagriff has pulled the last 3 months here in his war with Damian Drake, it's no surprise that the crowd is completely behind Chris Bay.
Here we go. Nice headlock. No, Bay. No, reversal there from Vandagriff. I thought Bay was going for the attack there, but no.
Vandagriff holds on. Bay sends him off, but Vandagriff holds on to the hair.
That's a bit of a borderline move right there from Vandagriff, using the hair for the assist. Nice arm drag.
Vandagriff counters it. Now he's trying to, he's got the fingers crisscrossed.
Oh,
slips up a little, but he's still got the hold of the knuckles.
Uh-oh, and Bay countered it.
Yeah, Bay able to knock Vandagriff off balance, which is incredibly difficult to do. Look at Bay.
There we go, Bay with the arm drag.
Body scissors. But Vandagriff counters it. Bay gets to the ropes, jumps him off.
Inside out arm drag, and here we go. Vandagriff step up. Oh, drop kick there, and Vandagriff's taking the early advantage.
And Vandagriff rebounding greatly after Chris Bay was able to knock off his balance, sends Bay to the outside with the drop kick. And now Vandagriff's going to do what he's most comfortable doing, and that's taking a risk.
Taking flight. Oh, well, he to his feet. Vandagriff landed on his feet.
It's insane what these men are capable of.
Bay going to take flight.
Sweep the leg, Chris.
Basement drop kick.
Well, tries it, countered.
Oh, guardrails.
Swinging him like a baseball bat into the railing. Oh, no.
Slingshot into the ring post itself.
That's the one thing that Vandagriff or that Chris Bay made not in this matchup, and that's take the aggression up a level, take the violence up a level, do whatever it takes to win. In a way that a lot of people in the crowd, at least tonight, may not like. When you attack a man's back like that, anything he does is going to be painful for him as the match progresses.
Well, anyone who's walked around the world has had a backache. You know that it is just, it takes away anything you can do. Getting out of bed, sitting in a chair, walking. Everything's affected when the low back is the attack point.
And now Vandagriff's going to show that vicious streak. That side of him that we didn't know fully existed until a few months back when he turned on Damian Drake. And they took their war to an Iron Man match inside of a steel cage where we learned what Matt Vandagriff was all about. Now the fans trying to rally Bay, but...
Yeah, they're really putting a super behind Bay, but cover. But Vandagriff is really being the uber aggressor right now. Really going after Bay. Look at this.
Maybe after that feeling out process, maybe after Bay knocked off Vandagriff's balance earlier in the matchup, maybe Vandagriff realized he needed to turn this more into a brawl. He had to systematically try and dismantle Chris Bay rather than keep it as a super athlete contest. Oh no.
Oh no. Vandagriff is using that ring post as a weapon, bending Bay around it. Oh, drop kick it back into the post.
Into that back that's been worked over, it trapped him. Ribs first into the post.
You know, I gotta tell you, the best wrestlers aren't guys who go into a match with a game plan. Because game plans, they're pliable, they're flexible, they change. The best wrestlers are the ones who can think on their fly and change up their game plan in the middle of a match. That's what Vandagriff seems to be doing right now. Changing up what he went into this match planning on doing.
Then you factor that in with someone like Vandagriff who knows his strengths. He can change his game plan and still play to what he does best.
Absolutely. Oh!
What's great about that for Vandagriff is it doesn't expend a lot of energy and it does a lot of damage.
Cover.
And he gets the 2. Look, I mean, Chris Bay's back is taking a pounding, but we know how much it takes to put away Chris Bay.
But the thing about Bay is a lot of his offense is above the ropes, and that ability to get above the ropes comes from his core. If you hurt his core, i.e. the low back, you take away, you impede, you inhibit a lot of Chris Bay's offense.
And Chris Bay momentarily mounting a comeback, but Vandagriff once again reverses it.
Back breaker.
And he spun Bay around before he hit it too. He wanted Bay to take that extra second or 2 to realize what his fate was going to be.
Yeah, when you're hanging up that long, there's a certain rhythm cadence you have in your head, and when you stall that, you give your opponent a moment to think about it, which sometimes is 10 times worse than the actual move itself, because it's the anticipation of pain.
And Vandagriff has really kind of made this match what he wants it to be. Oh, look at that gory special.
Locked in, look at this. Flexing the arms now.
Please stretch out your back, it works over your shoulders.
Yeah, this is like 9 or 10 points of pressure right here. Oh, now Vandagriff grabs the wrist. Bay's trying to fight out, got it. Arm drag, but didn't get quite all of it.
I mean, he got the main objective, and that was to get out of the gory special.
Oh. Quick hands from Bay. Boxer-like strikes.
Countered again, the Irish whip. But Bay this time takes out the knee. And that was a good combo for Bay.
And you can see Bay is starting to feel it. Bay is starting to feel it.
And when Chris Bay gets hot, it's hard to put out that flame.
To the jump the leg in the corner, but no.
And again, it might have been that extra second he took. Oh, buckle bomb to the injured back.
Auto combination coming up. No, Bay with a back speaking. Oh, enziguri. Oh, wow.
And back and forth they go. Who knew what strike was going to take down the other man? They gave it their all. For this battle here.
That literally is whatever you can do, I can do better until I got nothing left.
Yeah, I'll take myself out to take you out. I don't care if I'm standing as long as you're not.
That's a good point right there now. Oh, Bay was going for the Bay cutter. Block, step up.
Great agility still this late in the game for Bay.
You see right there. Bay was trying to slide through the ropes, and Vandagriff caught him.
And now Vandagriff sandwiching him, trapping him in between the top and middle turnbuckles. What kind of warped ideas going through this guy's head?
I don't know, but it seems like it's going to be bad for Bay. What is Vandagriff doing?
We've seen him do this before, just stretching Bay out. He'll put pressure on his back, and he'll stretch out his midsection and shoulders. Not going to feel too good after that either.
Bring him out of there. Step inside.
Where's Vandagriff's going? He's going up to the top, and Bay is in a perilous position. Bay is in a bad spot.
Don't do it. Just step.
Underneath.
Oh, he's going for the double stomp.
Luckily for Bay, he had an idea of how to evade that.
Uh-oh. Bay. I've seen this is classic Bay. Here comes an elbow. He's going to float.
And right to the back of Vandagriff, who was hung up to dry. And now this is where Bay, look at that.
Oh, Code Red. Got him. Oh.
Code Red gets still a little shout out to the Amazing Red. But Chris Bay only gets a 2 count with it. And Chris Bay expended a lot of energy. He's taken a beating in this matchup. The Code Red not able to do it. Now Chris Bay has got to reach deeper into his bag of trips. go further into his offensive arsenal to try and win this match.
Looks like he's going for the other finesse. Oh, look at this!
Man!
What the hell? Vandagriff now scrambling. Up to the second, going to the top. What's Vandagriff got in mind?
And there's not a more dangerous man up there than anyone in this than Vandagriff, who connects with a sternum-crushing frog splash, but only gets a 2.
What's it going to take to win this match?
It takes so much to put either of these men away, but both of these men are willing to go that extra mile. They're willing to go the distance to get the victory. It's what they're made of.
Listen to the crowd here. Firmly behind Bay, firmly behind Chris Bay. They're trying to will Chris Bay to victory.
They can try to will it all they want. Chris Bay will try to feed off their energy.
Power bomb is up, and no, Bay pops over. No!
Put on the brakes!
Are you kidding me?
What a counter!
Small package!
Bulletproof Matt Miller!
Oh my God!
Well, you were wondering what it's going to take to put somebody away, and the question hasn't been answered yet. But is Chris Bay getting closer to putting Vandagriff away?
Now Bay screaming in, hits the turn the corner. Vandagriff just a second ahead. I gotta tell you, man, I got 3 words. What a match. What a match we're watching right now.
Just a friggin' battle.
Vandagriff going to the top.
And what does Vandagriff have in mind? Dragging Chris Bay up to dangerous territory with him.
And this is called the High Rent District. Both men, you can see, are just spent. They put everything they have into this match. Springboard! Hell no!
Springboard trying to get the power bomb, but Bay holding on for dear life to the turnbuckle.
Bay holding on, back kick.
Oh, no! Tried the art.
Into a torture rack. Oh, go to sleep. Spin kick. Oh, 1, 2, go now.
Tiger suplex doesn't do it. When you string together offense like that, you gotta think you're luring yourself into a victory after you trap your opponent, but it wasn't enough. Are the fans chanting the same thing that's got to be running through Vandagriff's mind?
They're saying you can't beat him, but you know what? Right now, Vandagriff's in 450. No, Bay out of the way. Oh, Shun Wu drop kick.
I'm glad someone else causes that. And now Chris Bay rocking, but he's got a lot of damage done to him.
Oh, nice. Here we go. A 6-1-9 from a top-seated position. Vandagriff going to the top.
Vandagriff, how's he going to follow up the area code kick?
Oh! Japanese-style top rope drop kick, and right now, Vandagriff is trying to build momentum.
He's trying to build momentum.
Where's Vandagriff going? What's he doing? What's he doing? Oh my God!
Tope con hilo over the
ring post.
What the hell?
To the floor! Are you kidding me? Did you just see what I saw?
Matt Vandagriff is a goddamn daredevil.
You said it.
I did, he is. Think of another word to describe him.
Now, here's the thing. The crowd is sitting in anticipation. They don't know what's next. They don't have a clue.
And you never know you never know what's next with Matt Vandagriff. Perched up top again.
Oh, go get the cover! Get the cover! Get him!
Well, Jesus, a match like this can only end with something like that. Who the hell knew you could counter a Firebird splash with a cutter?
I'm gonna tell you this. I've been around this business for a long damn time. I'm an old head. That right there was one of the best matches I have ever seen. Two competitors. It's a shame someone had to lose. But that match right there stole this damn show.
You might even be putting it mildly with that. Stealing the damn show. They might have stole the damn year.
For those who don't see me on camera, I am standing up right now applauding. I'm applauding two great professional wrestlers who went out there and laid it on the line for the FSW faithful, for you at home, for us sitting here getting to call it.
Hell yeah.
What a pleasure. I'm gonna say it for a markout moment.
I guess he used that term when he worked with Matt Striker. But Chris Bay, Matt Vandagriff, a match we have waited for. A one-on-one match we have waited for in FSW for over 2 years was more than worth the wait. What the hell? This dude, let me tell you, Matt Vandagriff.
You know, Vandagriff had the world in his hands right there, and he decided to be an a-hole instead.
God damn, look at Chris's hair. Doesn't it look nice tonight? I commented on that earlier. These are the two spectrums of hairstyles right here. The I totally don't give a shit, and then Chris Masters.
It's the I don't give a shit mullet. That's the weirdest part.
Chris Masters just...
Joe, is this like the mullet style you had back in your day?
Good thing that wasn't my...
No, mine was better.
Well, I didn't need that water. That's why I brought my own here. That's good.
No, we got baby oil versus water.
All right. That's good. No, you can keep that. All
Don't
right.
electrocute us.
That's right. I got the
phone,
apple.
is your phone okay?
I got the Apple protection on my phone. We're okay.
Yeah, but if you go to see them, they're going to be closed.
No, we're going to have a pose down.
We are getting a pose down. Thank God.
It's like Warrior and Rude.
Kabuki Warrior?
Yeah, sure.
I would have watched that one.
I'm not sure if Hammerstone wants to follow what Chris Masters just did. You know, Hammerstone's usually the biggest guy in the match.
Usually, not necessarily in this situation. Usually the most powerful, maybe not here.
And Hammerstone taking a breather, stepping back, feeling out Chris Masters tonight. The winner advances to the finals of the Mecca Grand Championship Tournament on May 22nd as part of Mecca 7 and FSW versus Revolver.
Yeah, one of these men will join Michael Elgin in the finals along with Willie Mack.
You know, a guy like Hammerstone along with our own Chris Bay, two of the fastest rising stars in this business. You know, recently back from a tour of Japan where he was very successful for the first time, Hammerstone.
Yeah, getting a lot of international experience, which is always important in a wrestler's career as you keep taking those steps up, getting different experiences, different styles.
He was down in Mexico the other day taking on Laredo Kid.
Sure, right now it's just, you know, you got to get a couple of guys feeling themselves out, how strong each other is, where their advantages are.
Masters sends off Hammerstone, but Hammerstone only budges him a few inches.
Yeah, he kind of jarred him, but Masters stayed on his feet. Not sure how that's going to work.
It's not. We've seen it twice now.
And Chris Masters.
That's what I was waiting for.
Hammerstone not even letting him get the chance to bring him down. And why would he let him?
You know, Hammerstone, he is one vicious guy who's going to do whatever it takes to win a match.
Right now he's just got Masters back to the corner, imposing his will on him.
Sends him into the buckles. But Masters rebounds, hits the clothesline, and Hammerstone tucktails and runs.
Smartly. Break that momentum. Don't let Masters start to build momentum. Every time he gets a little something, you see Hammerstone rolls out, kills that momentum. It's smart. It's a good strategy. You know, Hammerstone's more than just a bunch of muscles. This guy hasn't reached levels of success as quickly as he has without having something between those ears of his.
And Hammerstone very slowly and methodically taking his time to get back in the ring.
And respectfully wiping his feet off before he gets in there. You see these people throwing all their beverages and junk food along the floor here. You don't want to bring that in the ring.
Hammerstone's not going to get in the head of Chris Masters. Too experienced.
Yeah, Chris Masters has been doing this for far too long to buy into any of this.
I mean, he's a former DDT Iron Man champion. If that doesn't prepare you for anything, I don't know what does.
And it looks like Hammerstone trying to go for the test of strength.
Interesting proposition. I'm actually kind of curious here.
Well, the young lion Hammerstone wants to show where he's gone in his career against a guy like Chris Masters, who's been there, done it all, just back from Qatar.
Qatar, Hammerstone, done a tour of Pro Wrestling Noah recently.
Have you been to Qatar, Austin?
I've been to Qatar, actually, visiting some troops over there.
Look at the strength of Hammerstone.
Very impressive.
Oh, and
he's
he still got him
there.
up.
Let that blood rush to his head, maybe too long.
Oh, and look at this, Masters. Looks like with ease.
Nice reversal. A little taste of his own medicine.
1, 2. Little early. But Masters going to try to put him away and also advance.
Nope, go for that master lock. You can see immediately Hammerstone felt it, got out of dodge.
Second time now, Hammerstone's run to the outside. Really showing what he's scared of when it comes to facing off against Chris Masters.
I don't know if he's scared so much. I think it's just, smart strategy. Concerned might be a better word. I'm going to tell Hammerstone that you said he's scared.
He doesn't know who I am.
I think he's going to appreciate that. I'm going to show him a picture.
Oh, from behind, Chris Masters not going to wait for Hammerstone.
Oh, drops him chest first across the steel.
Tell you what, that's a good way to break a rib, and that'll make it very difficult to breathe very quickly.
And immediately follows it up, delivering that chop to the chest.
Oh, the smell of baby oil just wafting in the air. Yeah, it's delicious. Love it.
Made from real babies, as you mentioned.
Oh, and look at that. Hammerstone takes advantage.
And Hammerstone took advantage of that as Masters was getting in the ring. Hammerstone made a name for himself here in Vegas. You almost wonder if he'd feel a little embarrassed being defeated by Chris Masters in a city he helped build this company the last couple of years.
I think if you ask Hammerstone, he'd be embarrassed to lose to anybody. He doesn't think anybody should be able to beat him.
We've seen that every time he has been defeated in FSW. He does have a little bit of a fit.
He's passionate. And right now, Hammerstone, but it looks like Chris Masters is trying to fight it off.
Just a test of strength there in its own way.
Oh!
Clipped him on the side of the head.
That'll knock off your equilibrium if you even get back standing after a kick like that.
And Another 2 count as Hammerstone has Masters on the ropes.
Masters feeling Hammerstone from behind, able to deliver those elbows, but not a lot behind him. And that up back elbow caught Masters, and Hammerstone's just trying to bring him down at this point.
Smart strategy.
And keeping Chris Masters grounded.
I've never seen Chris Masters do a master lock from a seated position, not standing. So if he can't stand, I like Hammerstone's chances.
But Masters fighting back with the right hand, big elbow.
Masters fans starting to back him a little bit. Just as that happens, Hammerstone changes the course of this match.
It's taking a lot of time.
A little uncharacteristic here, Hammerstone going to the top rope. Not something I would have expected.
It's only in these big matches where he feels in trouble that he ever takes it to the sky. He likes to do that drop kick off the top. There we go. He only busts that out on the big occasions against an opponent he feels desperate against, and it didn't get him the victory.
You see, he stayed right on top of Masters now, immediately. Got that rear chin lock. All of his weight on Masters, gonna make him carry him.
What do you do when a man that size has got you in that? What is your strategy to get out, especially?
I mean, I'm trying to usually get a hand in between his his arm and my neck to keep some space there, and then I'm really just trying to get to the ropes, right? Just try to get at least get up to a base, standing base, which when you have a man's weight on you like that makes it a lot more difficult.
And look at this, Masters climbing to his feet, fighting back.
Yeah, he rotated in on it, and then he started delivering those shots.
Big belly to back.
That took something out of Masters, too. That was a big man to be lifting up and dropping down. When you're in these situations where both you and your opponent are down, are you even thinking about the other man, or are you just trying to get where you need to be?
Well, I think you got to make sure. I mean, you got to make sure you're keeping an eye on him because you don't want to get clipped from behind, right? Plus, it gives you an idea of where you're at compared to where he's at, as far as who's getting up first and who looks like they have a little more energy. Right now, Masters is finally up to his base where he can finally deliver some damage.
A reversal by Hammerstone.
Oh, caught him.
Flying shoulder tackle.
And now Chris Masters starting to put it together a little bit.
Masters, though, put his head down a second too quickly. Kidman bomb gets the 2 count.
Not enough to finish off Hammerstone. Chris Masters looking to advance into the finals of the Mecca Grand Championship Tournament on May 22nd. We got one more to go after this.
Yeah, Daga and Chris Bay. But first, we got to find out who wins between Masters and Hammerstone to get in that 4-way.
He's signaling for the master lock here. Getting himself psyched up, getting the people excited, guys. He's going to be able to lock it on. Hammerstone's a big man.
Yeah, we'll find out now. He doesn't have it fully clutched. Hammerstone sensing the damage that could be done, able to back out, but he finds himself in another position he doesn't want to be in. Back down.
Went for that power bomb, no dice. Now can Masters get the master lock?
He's got one, but he's not able to get those arms together. Hammerstone fighting it off.
Oh, bicycle kick. I should say pump kick, followed by nice Northern Lights.
And once again, just a 2 count.
Yeah, that was enough for 2, but not enough to win him the matchup, advance him in the tournament.
You know, these tournament matches, you could see another one. Both of these guys, either one could advance. One little mistake, and you're out.
Getting out two evenly matched men right now. It's just kind of back and forth. No one really getting a distinct advantage. It's going to come down to maybe who makes a mistake or who's willing to bend the rules.
Masters staggers backwards into Hammerstone.
Got him in a torture rack.
Tried to drop him on his knee.
He countered it.
But Hammerstone able to get the fist up, and he's caught again.
Oh,
and
there's the master lock.
Got the hands locked. They're not locked yet. He's almost, not quite.
the closest he's been.
There he's got it. Now he's got it locked in.
And how much trouble is Masters in at this point? Not as much trouble as the ref.
Right there, that was just desperation by Hammerstone. I almost wonder if he did that inadvertently because he knew he wasn't getting out.
Knowing Hammerstone, I would 100% believe.
Something I would have done.
It's on purpose. It had to have been.
I would have kicked the ref right in the dick if I would have had to.
And now Masters trying to get the referee up as he got jarred.
No, there were two massive bodies that collided into that referee.
Yeah. See what Hammerstone's going to pull out here.
Elbow.
And the big knee. Now he's got him up where he had him earlier.
That could be it.
1, 2.
No.
That sit-out fireman, reverse fireman's carry slam wasn't enough.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked right there that Masters was able to kick out.
I'll be honest with you. I think if the referee was 100%, it would have been a 3 count. It seemed he was a little bit slower.
Almost like as if that move by Hammerstone almost kind of came back and cost him.
Yeah, it got him where he needed to be at the moment, which was to get the master lock broken.
What's this?
I think Hammerstone calling for the master lock.
The hammer lock.
The taste of his own
Well,
medicine.
probably not that move.
Oh, and he's got it locked.
Is it a master lock or is it just a full Nelson? Either way.
It's the Hammerstone lock.
Yeah. Hammerstone's got it locked in.
Listen, Hammerstone's a strong man. He could very easily make Masters.
Make him submit, or he could make him pass out.
Yeah.
He has dropped down to 1 knee, Chris Masters, and there's 1.
He's still got some fight in him.
Look at the way Masters is muscling up now.
Gotta think if anyone knows a counter to this, it's gotta be Chris Masters. And he's going for just sheer strength right there. Impressive.
What? No, the referee almost again.
The referee still looks like he's out of it.
Oh.
1, 2, 3. You gotta be kidding me. This is the way that Hammerstone gets the victory.
Winner of this match and advancing in the Mecca Grand
We'll put 2 refs per match then.
Hammerstone!
Well, bottom line is he advances to the finals of the tournament.